I would like to thank you for welcoming me to your home, and I acknowledge it. And I can tell you that at each council meeting and each regional district meeting that I chair, we acknowledge the territory that we're on. And to us, our relationship with Saik'uz is very important. This is a real honor for me to be here, and I thank you for making time today. I want to say that as a mayor of Vanderhoof, that you don't have to remember the 70s or remember how our veterans were treated during the Second World War that came back to Vanderhoof to be embarrassed, and I'm sorry for that. When I became mayor, my relationship with the people of Saik'uz was incredibly important. And I hope that you see that there's not just words, but there's action. As you come through Vanderhoof town, a quarter of our banners that fly through our town say that this is Saik'uz territory. I think there's 50 of them. Each meeting that we have as a council, we go through 5 of the calls to action from the 94 calls on the truth and reconciliation. This past year, we flew a flag. We don't have a flagpole yet, but we have bought a flagpole and it's coming in. And in our community, the town of Vanderhoof, the Saik'uz flag will be flying at our municipal office. As the chair of the regional district as well, we've hired a First Nation liaison so that we can be working together with you and it doesn't just kind of fit on the side of anybody's desk. One of the things that I've really appreciated working with council, and it's been a lot, is to work on the community bus. And we've just added another run into the community of Saik'uz from Vanderhoof, and it's at lunchtime. And I hope that that gives a lot more access into the community. In the past few years, certainly we as a community have been there on the Tachik Lake project when the Premier called and said, hey, we need help and we need it from the regional district in Vanderhoof to work through that process when there was a hiccup. We tried to be there. We've tried to be there. We initiated working with Sinclair about 10 years ago, and I know the agreement, Gerry has worked on it, and many others here have worked on it, and the agreement is there as a standing agreement that has worked well, certainly for the community of Vanderhoof, but I understand for the community of Saik'uz as well. And at the regional district, we have signed an MOU to work on the watershed and what the Nechako River means to us, and the district of Vanderhoof would also like to do a long-term MOU. Whether it's part of the same agreement or a separate agreement, I think it's important that Vanderhoof is there and is part of it. I want to say this is my last 2.5 months. 14 years ago, Jackie was then elected chief, or almost at the same time as I was. And through her to Stanley, back to Jackie, and now Priscilla. I want to thank you as a community and your elected council for the relationship that you have worked with us. I hope when I leave this office as mayor, you don't forget about me. My wife has come with me to many community events here, and she's built friendships, and she's received gifts from you, and you've treated her just incredibly well. And I want to thank you for that. But my hope is, going forward, that you know that Gerry Thiessen cares about the relationship that we've built. So in closing, I just want to make it short. Just want to thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here, Chief Priscilla and Council. And like I say, I hope and I believe that the decisions that have been made so far in Vanderhoof will continue on. And certainly, like I say, I hope that always get the opportunity to come back here and be welcome to your home. Thank you so much. Thanks.